How to remove a state tax lien. In this video, we're going to talk about removing a state tax lien. By the time we're done with this video, you'll know exactly how to remove a state tax lien on there, and you'll have no problem. Don't worry your soul on this. Matter of fact, show you how to make money with this, okay? Isn't that great? But stick around to the very end. I got a little gift for you, okay? We'll walk you through this. Walk through the whole process. If you like the video, share the video, thumbs up the video, do all those wonderful things. So let's just talk about this. What is a state tax lien on a property? That is money, or on a person even, that is money that's owed to the state. It could be simple as not paying a smog certificate on a car for years and years and years, and then eventually the state's gonna come after you, or it could be child support, or it could be franchise tax board where you're owed the state tax. If that state has income tax and you haven't paid the state income tax, you know, like in New York or California or one of those, you know, Arizona or whatever, that have state income taxes there, you know, they're going to come after you on that thing. If I'm buying a property with a state lien on it, or any kind of a lien, doesn't have to be an income tax lien, but any type of a state lien on the property, it's just not a big deal. Okay, so when I'm buying tax lien certificates or tax deeds on properties, let me explain. A tax lien certificate, a property tax lien certificate, is a first position lien on a property due to delinquent property taxes. Okay, in over 2,000 jurisdictions across the United States, once a property owner becomes 1 year delinquent on the property taxes, the county can hold a sale. At those sales, people like you and I can put up the money for those delinquent taxes. Now, you're not buying somebody's house. Let me repeat that. You are not buying somebody's house. Matter of fact, you're not even dealing with the property owner. You're dealing with the county. The county's like, look, dude, we need this money. We need it for, number one is gonna be schools, you guessed it, okay? Then you got police, fire department, ambulance, emergency services, parks, recs, hospital, and the list goes on. But number one is gonna be school. They need this money. They're like, look, we gotta get this money. So when I put up the money, I'm giving it to the county. All the county's doing is recording that I'm the one that paid for that lien, but the money's still owed to the county. This is the beautiful part. For doing this, the county is going to give you the prevailing rate that the county was getting. That's going to be a state statute. It's the law. So when the property owner comes into the county to pay that, they're not coming to you. You don't have to call them up. You don't have to find out, did you get a job? Did you get a job? No. They just come down to the county and say, hey, we're ready to pay our property taxes. They say, good. It's whatever the number is, which would include all the cost and the penalties and the interest rate. So they're going to see that you or I own the lien on that, and they're going to go, okay, thank you very much. And then within 5 to 10 business days, they're going to cut me a check for my full investment plus that interest rate. And that can be 16%, can be 18%. It can even be as high as 25% return on my money. Okay, period, end of story. Now, would you call that a good investment? I call that great. Even if it has a state lien on the property, I'm still good, okay? Because in order to do this whole process, they're gonna say, well, wait a second, what if the guy doesn't wanna pay? Great question. There's called a redemption period. Actually, write that down. It's called a grace period or redemption period. The grace period or redemption period can be anywhere from 1 year on the low side up to 3 years on the high side. So what that means is the property owner would have 1 to 3 years, depending on the municipality. And again, this is all written into statute, the law of the state. It says, in this state, it's a 2-year redemption period. In this state, it's a 1-year redemption period. There is no ambiguity in any of this. After 1 year, if the person hasn't come in, if that's what the redemption period is, guess what? I get to go down to the county and go, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Workhorse, the county will do most of the work for you. Property owners failed to pay off the property taxes. I am the lien holder of record, and I would like to go ahead and start my foreclosure right. So what happens is now you start sending notifications to everybody on the property, whether it's the bank, whether it's the second bank, mortgage, Aunt Martha, or whatever. Hey, we're foreclosing this property. Even the state, hey, they're getting notified, dude hasn't been paying this off, we're gonna eliminate you too. So what happens in this situation is they get 60 to 90 days to come scampering down the county and go, no. We've got a lien, whatever the case is. Here's the money, now we'll foreclose. I'm fine. I get my 16, 18%, I'm good to go. But make no mistake about it. If somebody doesn't come down to that county within the prescribed amount of time, usually 60 to 90 days during the foreclosure process, and they don't protect themselves, you will end up with that property and you will eliminate all liens and encumbrances on that property, including a mortgage. As you can tell by looking at this, there's gonna be more than just mortgages and stuff like that. There's a lot you need to look at. When are the sales? When do I get notification? Where's the list? All of those things come up. So one of the things you wanna do is you wanna find out, is the state you're in, write this down, a tax lien state or a tax deed state? If it's a lien state, they're gonna have sales every single year, okay? And they're gonna offer you an interest rate. So you wanna find out, write this down, what is the interest rate in my state, okay? Then you wanna find out when are the sales coming up in that so you can start marking your calendar. Because in all states, okay, if they're gonna have a sale on May 15th, they gotta let everybody know by April 15th along having a notification. Hey, here's the list of 10,000 properties. Yeah, that many properties. There's over $400 billion in uncollected property taxes in every single year that go uncollected. And yet that's still only 0.5% of the properties out there. That's what we're looking at. So whether it's got a state tax lien on it, a federal tax lien on it, or any of those things, it's not a big deal. When you're trying to make money out there and make this thing happen, guess what? You just got to make sure everybody gets notified. So now that I've got the list coming up, now I got to do my research, because really, I think you're kind of catching on, is the underlying value is in the property. So if the property's not worth the back taxes that you got to bring in there, it's not a good deal. So you want to find out what the average price of homes are in that area. Make sure the value fits somewhere in that area. So if I'm buying a $3,000 lien on a $400,000 property, I'm kind of good to go. It could burn to the ground, I'm fine. But if I'm looking at a $3,000 lien on a lot on the side of a mountain, okay, I've seen them before, or I'm looking at a $30,000 lien, it can get bad, as you can say. Now, that's in a lien state, okay? On a deed state, it works kind of in the inverse. They wait several years, and then they have a sale. They just sell the property. Hey, it's been 5 years. Dude hasn't paid property taxes. We need our money. We need it now. Okay, we're gonna have a sale, and the bid is gonna be on this property. Whoever's willing to pay us the most money for this property, boom. It's gonna start off at $10,000. And again, same principles apply. How much is the property worth? Where's the lien list coming out? All of those things happen. When does the sale happen? How is the sale? Is it online? Is it in person? What kind of funds do I need for that particular property? How am I gonna title the property? And more and more. Listen, there's a lot going on here. I get it. I don't want you making any mistakes. So this is gonna be my gift for you for making it. All I need you to do, all you need to do is click on the link below. That's higginsmethod.com. Just click on the link or type in higginsmethod.com. Go in there, click the button once you get there that says, I want my free course. I got a brand new free course that walks through this from A to Z, all the way, everything you need to know to make sure you don't make any mistakes. All of your family can make financial independence and go on the vacations of your dream. This is Saen Higgins saying God bless and good luck. We'll see you out there.